Welcome back to Candy's Art World. I'm Candy, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of apples sitting on a deck. There's also a branch and a few leaves. I decided to use my Arteza brush pens and my Prismacolor color pencils. I really enjoyed doing this piece. There was times when I thought, this might not turn out so good, but I think the end results came out pretty good. So I used multiple shades of browns and grays, and like a greenish brown as well, to create the wood grain on the deck. Next time I do it, I might end up leaving more white space, because when you go over it with water, you can spread out some of that pigment. But for a first shot with these markers trying to make wood, I think it came out pretty good. A little bit more intense than I was shooting for at first, but I kind of like the saturated color after all. I tried to work from background to foreground. That way I could clean up the lines of the things closer to us, or the subjects of the art. I mean, the focal point of the art anyways. At least that was my thought process behind attacking this piece. For the spaces between the boards, I didn't just go straight black. I used like a purplish blue for the crack to start with, just to try to get a little bit more, I don't know, just a little bit more dimension to the crevice. I did end up doing the leaves before the apple, even though they are technically closer in the photo than the apples are, but the apples are really the main focus, or was supposed to be the main focus anyways, so. Now, when you go over your paper really fast with your brush pens, you might freak out and think it's running out of ink because of how splotchy it kind of lays down. But that actually can be used to your benefit when you're trying to do something like this where the apple has multiple different colors. The randomness of how it lays down color was kind of beneficial to me in this application. I added in shadows underneath the branch and leaves and apples, and that helps pop that those subjects out, and it also grounds them at the same time. So that way it's not just floating there, it's sitting there. And now I'm going over with the Prismacolor Premier color pencils, and look how good that yellow goes over the red. I was shocked. And the white color pencil as well, it went over the marker like a dream. And I used one solid tone of brown to go over the wood planks to try to just give it some unity between the boards. I wanted them to be individual boards, but I wanted them to look like they belong together, even though I gave them each different patterns on the wood. I wanted them to kind of be married, so I used the color pencil to even out the tones between the boards. And the color pencil helped blend out the strokes, any strokes that were left behind from the Arteza brush pens. There wasn't a whole lot because I used a water brush to blend it out beforehand. And here I trim off the edges because I didn't have it taped all the way to the edges. So I ended up coloring a little bit of the edge on some of it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Have a great day.